We were talking on Thursday about technological knowledge, and how we would be deprived of that in the zombie apocalypse. Right? Gonna get you back into the zombie apocalypse mindset. And all the power grids shut down. We don't have fresh water or anything anymore. By the way, you guys know gasoline goes bad if it sits for too long, right? So in the zombie apocalypse, to be able to drive your car up to a gas station, one, you wouldn't be able to pump the gas out of the tank in the ground. You'd have to do that manually somehow, no electricity to fuel that. And after a few months, the gas is stagnant and it's no good. That's why you put stable in a gas tank that's going to sit for a while. So transportation is going to go backwards. So how many of you possess the technical knowledge to refine gasoline? Okay. If you, let's go real basic. How many of you know how to tie a tie?
I know.
How many of you know how to tie? How many of you know how to tie a bow tie? For those of you who don't know how to tie a bow tie, what would be the most efficient, guys? What would be the most efficient way for you to learn how to tie a bow tie right now?
YouTube video.
Okay. How's the YouTube's going to work in the zombie apocalypse?
Solar.
Find a fancy guy.
We have to go find the
No.
YouTube guys.
But it's about acquisition of information. You may not know how to tie a bow tie, but let's go to something more fundamental. How do you sharpen a knife? If your parents never taught you how to sharpen a knife, you're going to need to sharpen a knife. How do you clean a gun? You probably get your hands on a gun after the zombie apocalypse, but if you've never fired one before, you don't know how to clean it. How do you do that? Go to YouTube, watch a tutorial video, right? But you don't have access to the internet. You've lost your technological access, so go to the library. Here's the thing, guys. There used to be things called encyclopedias. Remember those? Yeah. Libraries are increasingly not stocking encyclopedias. Why? Because it's available on the line and nobody accesses them. So I think one of the most important people after the zombie apocalypse is going to be the person with the books that tell them how to do things and make things. How do you can vegetables? And preserve them. Yeah, if your mom makes it or doesn't turn into a zombie herself, you might have to put her down, right? What I'm saying is, the economic point here, guys, is we're still going to have the physical capital. We're going to have diminished human capital because a fair number of them will be zombies. But the human capital that's left will have ample physical capital. What we will lack is the technological knowledge. How do you do more with what you've got is technological knowledge. We'll have resources, we'll have people, we'll have capital, but we don't know how to use it efficiently and effectively. All right. So technical knowledge is how do you produce the goods and services. Human capital is the experience and understanding that the individuals gain from doing. I could have technological knowledge about how to win an NBA championship. I understand all the plays and all the physics of the shooting and I understand all of that. I've got the technical knowledge. But if I don't have the experience, if I don't have the physical experience, the human capital, it doesn't do me any good, right? There have been teams throughout history that have had incredible human capital potential, right? Wonderful, skilled players. But if there's nobody to master the technical knowledge of how to get those individuals to play together, those teams don't come through, right? What was the example? Capitals? Yep. Okay. You gotta have both. Which leads us to the production function.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's not conjunction junction though. All right. We gotta understand this relationship between inputs and outputs. So we get a function. Keep in mind, non-math folks, a function is not the same thing as an equation. So f is the function that puts together, what's L? What?
Oh, shoot, that's why. Okay.
Labor. And K is physical capital. H and N, natural resources. All right. So what's A? Technology. A is outside of the parentheses, folks, because it's not a primary component of production. It is a magnifier, a multiplier, an amplifier of production. You can still produce with zero technology. You just don't produce a lot. You're just not doing it with great efficiency. Without technology, Fira and Lauren digging the pool in my backyard are not going to get real far. But when I give them more technology, give them some AutoCAD designs, laser level, Bobcat, we're seeing some action. No. Well, the first day I didn't even give them anything. They had to use their hands. Got it?
Sport.
And then the tines broke off.
Maybe you think just like the little handle. Got the little spikes broken. Now you just have a spoon.
All right, are we good on this? The production function always has constant returns to scale. The production function has constant returns to scale, meaning you tweak technology a little bit and it's going to magnify by the same degree. If you change all of the inputs, the L, the H, the K, the N, by the same percentage, the output is going to be changed by the same percentage. Double the inputs, you get double the output.
This part wasn't really
It is just not explained.
like this. Because I kept trying to like read through it. There's just like I had like notes and then it's a blank until I could get back to the notes.
Constant returns to scale. That's the important thing about the production function. Good? Mathematicians, what's the point here? worker is the fundamental input in any economy. Without workers, none of the other stuff matters. So you are most interested in making the individual worker more productive by providing physical capital, by instilling them with human capital, by providing natural resources to that worker, by allowing them access to technology. So this breakdown is the fundamental way in which we analyze how productive the worker in an economy is. When you think about those pictures of the families that we started with, that mom and that dad in the UK have a whole lot more KH&N to deal with than the mom and the dad in Mali. It seems so painfully obvious when you look at it at this base level, doesn't it? By accident of birth. Practice time! So we understand the fundamentals about how to make workers productive. But how, in an actual society, do we institute public policy to help make workers productive? That's the point. And now, it's time for you to think. We're in a poor country. We want people to be better off in the long run. Will that be effective? Yeah?
Not,
He said no.
Why not much?
not get paid a lot of taxes.
If local firms had money to invest,
Wouldn't they already be doing it?
would they already be doing it? Would they be doing it there? Who knows? Okay.
Well,
What if we offer tax incentives? Those are called ditto
Yeah.
signs. They mean repeat the word above.
Oh, I literally read this and was like,
Quote by
I was thinking maybe you'd have a fill in the blank.
yeah.
They're ditto signs. It can be useful in your notes.
So like the whole thing by foreign firms.
Yes, offer tax incentives for investment by foreign firms. What do you think?
What's that mean? Like people outside of it investing in them?
I mean, any
Is it?
assessments you can count.
Any investment will help. So of A or B, which one would be more effective?
B, because if it's coming,
Well, I think
wouldn't A, if it's from the local, they already don't have money? So like if you take it from foreign, from outside and add it to it, it's only boosting the,
But what happens to the profits?
they're taken back. Unless you're taxing import goods.
What if
I
we
want
start
that.
paying our children to go to
can
school?
we do that one? Here? We're not a poor country, but let's do it here.
Yeah, me either. Now, let's not be short-sighted little politicians who just offer solutions that aren't completely thought through.
But if you miss school, you lose.
What's the problem with this incentive?
Where do you get the money from?
How are we getting the money to pay the children to go
We
to
don't
school?
have a piggy bank.
We're gonna tax an already poor economy to pay children to go to school to
So
improve
why
the
not-
So you're just
economy.
gonna make yourself more poor? And children aren't gonna invest in anything, they're gonna spend it.
Video games.
Well, if they're poor, I don't know how they're gonna have a PS4, but
Eventually.
look at this rock I bought.
I need this job.
Yeah,
That would help.
Did you just say goofed?
I said good. I know it's government, but like when you tell me when you see that you don't say it in your head, like
I don't.
I don't.
But, okay.
I'd say government.
So we're gonna crack down on government
I say
corruption.
gov too.
Well, who's gonna crack down on them?
Do you actually though?
The government already is.
Can. Let's assume it's possible.
I know that one,
Yes,
yeah.
it'd be very.
All I'm saying is G.
Why do you
is the
say
way-
that would be very effective, Jonathan?
Because like they don't have property rights maybe, and you can't actually have a market economy if people are stealing stuff.
why would I invest
If the
if
government's
it's
gonna
not
take it.
protected?
Yeah.
Why would a foreign company invest if it's not protected?
Right.
Maybe kids aren't going to school because they can't get there safely, or because the teachers aren't paid, or because there's no books in the school, because everything's corrupt.
If there was a total government shutdown, would you guys not get paid?
We are not federal employees.
It's like, if you were like in the open.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't.
Let's restrict imports to protect native industry.
Everyone's better off with trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's literally
Chapter
like
saying
Chapter
that.
one.
Chapter one. This is the basics.
Trade
All I'm
benefits
saying is
everyone.
G is the way to go. So let's talk
Even
about
the
it.
bases.
bring the jobs back.
Let's allow free trade.
Then you don't make money off of any of your inputs.
Yeah.
Wait, but you could argue that's better because then more people come in and trade.
Yeah, it's better.
It could be good.
But at the same time,
But
if
it
you're
also-
allowing free trade for your country, other countries might not necessarily be allowing free trade for
What if you only allow free trade with other countries that allow free trade with you?
And it's
We
good.
have a very limited
Well, if
pool.
everyone just agreed to just free trade.
Then they might be.
Then everyone would be better
No,
off.
no one would do that.
Everyone would be better off, but then you'd have that one stingy government.
Give away
who would-
condoms. Perfect. There you go.
Oh, perfect. G is
No.
the way to go. Stop having babies, then they're not poor, then you don't have to feed
Oh,
them.
that's
actually
Perfect.
That's a good move.
Big brain does that.
And in some of the poorest economies, that actually is an excellent solution.
Well, if they stop having
Population
babies,
control.
better
Because
than them all.
your stock of physical capital takes money to increase, right? It just takes a little exercise to increase your stock of human capital, or labor.
Some people should
Right.
be reduced.
There should be a dummy test. So
There
we
are
said
no
that D is the best?
there are no concrete right answers. D is an excellent place to start. B would be good after that. You're going to want free trade, and it would be nice if you could come up with some way to get your kids educated. Those are really good fundamental ways. And if you're going to offer tax incentives for investment by foreign firms, then you want to offer that incentive to native firms as well. However, you're not going to get as much return if you only offer it to natives and not also foreign. All right. So, let's talk about this some more. Public policy impacts on long-term growth and living standard improvement. If we improve K, we can boost productivity. What is K? Physical capital. To improve physical capital, we need investment. We need to spend money to make money, as the saying goes. We only have so many resources, right? If it takes something, what is something you all are wishing you had?
A Lambo or college tuition.
Realistically.
Yeah, college
Okay, all
tuition.
right,
Yeah.
all right.
Money towards
A
college.
full
Feel the burn.
You all wish you had tuition money.
The
Okay.
juniors are like,
Let's consider that an investment, not in K, but in H.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wish you had money for your tuition dollars. You can have all the money you want for your tuition dollars. What do you have to do? Not spend that money elsewhere.
don't ever drive. Don't
So
ever
you
eat.
can either save or you can spend.
But like,
And where we function is somewhere in between. We save a little, we spend a little. Here's the issue. If you spend it all, you are saving nothing for the future. You are investing nothing. You are creating no H, you are creating no K. If all you do is invest in K or H, you're depriving yourself in the short run, your consumption is dropping. But if consumption drops at the same rate I increases, is GDP impacted? No. Bottom line, investing today, not spending now, saving for your tuition dollars, what is the result for you as an individual 10 years from now?
you won't have.
Much higher income than if you didn't go to college, right? So greater ability to both spend, and save. So you can either save now or spend now. If you spend now, you can spend later. If you spend and save now, you can spend and save more later. So delayed gratification is what we call it. And it works in economics.
But isn't it possible to like, if like you could try saving all your money and you still wouldn't have that compulsion?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But the money you've saved, you're not paying interest to someone else for, and so you're still ahead. It's not necessarily about being able to write a check for everything. It's about being able to pay yourself rather than pay someone else.
It's actually you're not paying off loans.
Yes.
It increases with the more time that you can't pay it off.
Hey, Miss O, did you hear about that thing that if you like have $2,000 in your bank account when you're like 18 and you save it till you're 65,
It's
you'll
called
have
compound value of money.
Is that like legit?
Yes. It's math. It's simple math.
Wait, you'll have what?
If you invest, like, if you have $2,000 in your savings account when you're 18 and you never touch it, by the time you're like 65, you're supposed to have like $1 million or something like that.
Now, what is the purchasing power of that $1 million?
Not as much
By the
as
time you're 65. Not as great. But if you put that $2,000 into your bank account on your high school graduation and you never touch it, and every month you added $50 to it,
you would literally be so well off. If you never touch it though.
you need to never touch it.
Yeah, but if you don't have a job.
When we're done with this chapter, remind me, when we're done with this chapter, I'll do a little mini personal finance, we'll talk to you guys about how to live your lives kind of unit. It will have absolutely nothing to do with the AP exam, but we'll do that. It'll be a couple days.
Literally.
Until I have to pay my